remember before any of the COVID did.
It's live now.
Oh, okay. I will get that turned a little bit. Cut
Okay.
half of us off.
Oh.
That's a little better there. All right. So now we're back on the record. I do have one other question, and that was for what came up in the last council meeting about where is this? A change to the zoning code in A1. We're trying to, because there was no published manager's report, we don't know what that was, what went wrong with it.
So there were allowable uses added into the highway commercial district.
Yes.
There was no public hearing for the planning commission, and there was no public hearing for the town council, and ordinance requires both of those.
We did do a public hearing for.
We have been unable to locate any minutes on that,
Okay.
or any audio.
We did have a public hearing. This was when we added the marijuana ordinance.
I wasn't here.
You weren't here for that.
I was.
You were here, I was here, you were here. So,
And what's his?
At the same time, is it that
it's that change to the ordinance.
change?
It's not
No,
about
it's not.
marijuana, it's adding,
'Cause
8
those
to
were
10
added
uses were, I could go get it, but it's 8 to 10 uses that were added to highway commercial: apparel, retail, large.
Yeah. There was
Okay.
something that
I do-
was a discrepancy between two different places.
I do know what that is. Okay, so it's not the marijuana ordinance. That is because of a business that moved, that needed, she was an existing business in town. She had to move for the Wawa project.
Right.
One.
I wasn't here then,
Right. So there were some uses that we added,
for her.
not just for her, but her move
I
brought
know,
up the issue.
understand, yeah. It would include.
So it wasn't specifically for her, but
Yeah,
it, brought
I
up,
get you.
it brought up the
Yeah.
issue that we were missing some things in that
Nobody knows,
commercial
what-
district.
I'd like to be
So
interested to know what that
I
says,
do not
but there's
remember
no
a public
minutes on
hearing
that,
for
or-
that.
No, there are minutes
Oh.
for the meeting where it was discussed and voted on, but there was no public hearing held.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Is
after
there-
we voted on it,
Oh.
it should have been added to the next meeting as a public hearing.
Is there a way I can get a copy of that,
Absolutely.
please? Because I don't have
So that's, all right, so that changed.
it. Okay.
Okay. All right, so instead of paying the attorney to redraft that, why didn't it just come back to us?
I'm not sure I made
That
the
would be the
council
proper
aware of the incorrect procedure being followed, and that this created an issue with current uses and incoming permit, or incoming licenses, and they did what they chose to do with it.
So
That's all.
it needs to come back to us to go through the approval
It does,
process. It doesn't need to be redrafted. We just need to reapprove and reprocess.
So to amend it, you need an ordinance to amend an ordinance, and there was no ordinance done to amend the ordinance. It was just some stuff copy and pasted on the bottom of the existing ordinance, and it was voted on.
Okay, I'll have to look back in my notes for that because
C10, C10 is an ordinance that tells you how you can do an ordinance. So that helps you.
all right. I will go back in my records to when we did that. What was the month?
That was December 2024.
December 2024. Okay. Okay, I will go back in my records and I will find where that was done. If I have a copy of the ordinance, I will send it to you. Other than that, does anybody have any other questions? I have a-
I don't know, maybe it needs to be on record, but I got help going back to the issue of finding the authority or responsibility for FEMA.
Yes, I will,
certification,
I
I
will
would be
call
glad
back
to
up
help you dig it out.
I just have to call back up there. I have her number in my phone.
Okay.
We're all in agreement that we
Yes.
need to be prepared
I'll
as
pull,
we can,
I'll
right?
pull the evidence of what we need.
For
Yeah, let's pull
what's
it,
coming.
but let's develop some notion of how we, the rest of us, learn about flood concerns.
Right.
I mean,
There was a handbook here in the office that laid out the rules, but I also have the website, which lays out all the rules and regulations and how a floodplain is managed. And it's a FEMA's website that lays out even with, fencing that has to meet certain requirements for flow through, things like that. So I do have that, and I can send that out to you guys.
You just have.
Because I can still text you.
Great.
So, I will pull that information. If we don't have anything else, can I have a motion to adjourn?
so,
Make a motion.
second,
Second.
Aye.
aye.
So moved. Good night, everybody. Off the record at 6:58.